should never find yourself 200 pages into a book and still not give a crap about anybody involved. Unfortunately, that is what happened to me in The Constant Gardener, a book by John LeCarre. The book supposedly centers around the main character, Justin Quayle, who's a British diplomat in Africa, whose wife dies on a humanitarian excursion somewhere else in Africa. We spend more time in the first third of the book not with Justin Quayle, but with fellow diplomat Sandy Woodrow, who is desperately trying to cover up the fact that he once gave a love note to Justin Quayle's now dead wife. The book did not capture my attention. It wasn't so much the subject matter. We didn't really get into the subject matter, but the characters just did not capture me. The book was written very flatly by an old man, and you can tell it was written by an old man, and maybe older people would appreciate it more, or people maybe in England might appreciate the subject matter a little bit more. But apparently what ends up happening in the story is that his wife is murdered because of a pharmaceutical company that she uncovered some secrets about, and they went after her. That apparently is what ends up happening in the book. And that's not really a spoiler, that's just the plot of the book. But you wouldn't know that from how far I got in the story. I try to be fair with the amount of time I give to a book. I try to give them at least 100 pages for something to grab my attention, a character to be interesting, a storyline to be interesting. But then after 100 pages, 150 pages, 200 pages, a little over 200 pages, I looked at the back of the book and said, there are still over 400 pages left to this. I can't do this. I can't do it. Maybe I just enjoy smut, or maybe this just wasn't my cup of tea. I'm not sure, but maybe I'm just not a John LeCarre fan in talking about British intelligence. But apparently British intelligence is quite the dusty affair. This isn't my first experience with a John LeCarre book. I read The Spy That Came In From the Cold, and that wasn't bad, but it was very informational. It was very cold. It was very cold. The characters didn't have a lot of life. It was just, do your job, and I guess that's what a spy's life is. Do your job. You don't have time for much emotion, but without emotion to it, it's not really that interesting, is it, for somebody who's casually wants to sit down and read a book. You want to connect to it, and if it's not a subject you're deeply interested in, well, then you're not going to really enjoy it. And so that's what happened to me there. But I finished that book. I did finish The Spy Who Came In From the Cold. I did not finish this one. What's it called? The Constant Gardener. I did not finish The Constant Gardener. Give it a shot. Maybe you'll be more successful than me.